Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw a Venom skull. A lot of it I'm going to be using this Faber-Castell PITT artist pen, a thin one, and then I'm going to use this magic marker actually to fill in large gaps. Paper-wise, I'm using regular printer paper, but that's pretty much it. For the most part, I'm just going to kind of go at it. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to draw kind of a checkered mark for Venom's eye. And then I'm gonna pull it up here because he's got these kind of like zigzaggy eyes. Kind of like so. I'm just thinking like that shape came about a little bit more organically and a little bit more naturally. Pull in here, kind of the anger. You know, it's got to look angry because angry is cool. Pulling down here. I'm pulling around the far side as well. That's a really big thing. So if we want to draw the skull shape, we got to draw kind of the actual skull here. So it's got to be kind of this empty void. It can't just be a normal, Venom, the white mark. It can't be that. It's got to be more of a void. I'm going to pull over here as well to the top of the skull pattern. And that's going to pull around here. And then let's get to the cool part, which is the teeth. Teeth itself are really just kind of triangular. We're pulling down here, and I'm trying to like vary the size of them because when you look at real animals and nature, their teeth are sometimes they're similar, of course, but varying the sizes of them, you want that makes them look more natural. They're not all completely identical all the way down. And I'm mostly drawing the bottom portion of this right now. And then I'm going to see. We got to put that that tongue in, even though it makes no sense because it's organic, right? You gotta put that tongue, put that like S curve. Gets larger on the way back. Back here, lower jaw. Pulling down. And I'm gonna pull those teeth up here, the lower part. I'm finding this triangular, these triangles, the little, that's why I think of teeth, like triangles coming up. And it's kind of pulling up here. Hopefully you're having a good day, just chilling out. I mean, it's fun to just kind of do these and just sit down and draw. It's always been therapeutic for me, obviously, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't do it as a career. But it's just so unbelievably therapeutic to do, just drawing and just sit around. So I'm gonna use this as my catharsis, really. Catharsis. I think that's where you get aggression out, right? I'm not gonna Google that because I'm busy, but yeah, I love that. So we have the skull shape right there, and I'm gonna pull in. The only thing that's gonna be organic is probably that. Now what I'm gonna fill in that eye because that has to be an empty eye socket. That's pretty much what a skull is. So I'm gonna go over here with my magic marker. It is a magic marker, right? I'm gonna go over here with my Crayola marker, and I'm gonna fill that in. It's a little bit of a different tone of black, but as far as, I mean, I can see it in real life. It looks like it's almost a little bit more blue than the other one, but I don't think you'll be able to tell the difference in the video once I alter the contrast. Hopefully it'll just look like the same. So how are you doing? You doing good? Tell me more about your drawing journey. Is there anything you want to learn? Is there anything cool you want me to draw on the channel? Is there anything cool you drew that you want to maybe post or link me to? Um, that's pretty cool as well. I am on. You can find me on Instagram. I have several different YouTube channels because I'm just a busy guy. I don't know. I just like it. But you can always find me on Instagram as a sketch underscore monster and then the number one. Sketch underscore monster one. I'm on there plenty. I talk to anybody. I'm very approachable. So if there's anything you want to, like run by me, I'll give you my advice or anything like that. But don't ask for shout outs. People ask me for shout outs a lot for like no reason. I'm like, who is this? You want a shout out? Who is this? So otherwise though, yeah, if you just want to talk, I'm very, very approachable. I love sharing ideas about art. I love hearing ideas about art, especially because I think for me personally, I'm not as creative as I want to be, and I think talking to people is what really gets me really creative. All right, well, yeah, that works right there along the edges. I got to leave that because that's like the bone. Ideally, he doesn't have a nose, so I'm not gonna draw. I guess I could draw some nostrils. I don't want to draw the nostrils. I just think it takes away from the look. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw the teeth embedded in here into like the gum area. Right? Like so, right? I'm just drawing in there. Just drawing the teeth embedded. They got to stay in there somehow. All right. Same thing down here. Embedded in here into this tooth bed. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to add detail, meaning nicks and marks, right? These small lines, for example, that are directional lines to show form, but it's an indication of form. You're thinking like, oh, this is a rounded form like that, and these little nicks will do that. I am gonna put some dark in the mouth though before I keep going. So I'm gonna go over here with this big old marker again, and I'm gonna go down here, and I am going to kind of imagine where the shadow pattern will be. You're more or less kind of just I mean you're not guessing because it's coming out of the inside of his mouth, right? So I mean, there we go. Think about light. Light is probably not getting in there um, very well because it's inside the mouth. All right. Again, it's kind of a different value, but hopefully you can't tell when I kind of fix the contrast in the video. And now right here, this is the stage where I like the most. You're just adding detail and you can kind of go as far as you want with it. I'm adding small nicks and marks to show direction, and this is more like kind of by feel really. I mean it's knowledge, right? Because you want to know, you're trying to figure out like the jaw turns this way and you are putting detail. But I meant as far as like the types of dashes I'm throwing in here, that's more or less just kind of like a style thing. That's kind of where style comes in. And I'm more or less kind of deciding like, oh, I'm gonna put this in there now. Oh, I'm gonna put this in there now. Going up here. putting these small, again, small lines, and these small lines they add up. Be careful, make everything thinner, right? Because you don't want, these are not dominant. These are secondary features. What it does is you look at the dominant shapes, right, which is the eyes and the mouth here, and then afterward you're like, oh, cool, like there's little nicks and marks everywhere, you know, which makes it look more like bone and things of that sort, right? Like so, like this bone is maybe got like a crack in it or something up here. You know, a lot of that is, again, decision making. Right here. Again, just kind of chilling out. Just yeah. And it depends because you can do so many of these little lines where it kind of breaks the drawing, but it takes a while for something like Venom because Venom has so much. Because Venom has so much, right? He's this craggly villain, you know, sometimes anti-hero, but and plus this is a skull, so there's going to be a lot of little craggly marks, and then the tongue itself has a lot of you know, random stuff that could go in it as well. So it's, again, it's cool, you know. It's cool, and it's fun to do these because you can put so much without. It's so hard to take this too far. It really is. Um, that's kind of mostly. Let me see. Let me sit back. Let me fill these in down here, underneath here. That's pretty much it, though. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Also, hit that subscribe button if you like my art, or you know, if you like the way I teach or anything like that. If you want to learn, if you want to learn yourself, or maybe just kind of be around art in general, it really kind of opens your mind, right, when you're watching. Just kind of somebody else do stuff like this. I know for me, it really helps my mind to like engross myself into different art projects. Helps a lot. But if you like that kind of stuff, let me know. You know, basically, like I said, subscribe essentially if you want to be a part of kind of, you know, more drawing. But yeah, also, don't forget, I have a lot of cool links in the description. I have hour-long lessons on Skillshare. I'm adding a little bit here for the back of the skull. Hour-long lessons on Skillshare. Those are all for beginners. So I go over stuff like how to draw a dragon head of your own, like how you do it, how to draw anime, how to draw like, you know, anatomy. I go through every part of the body, legs, arms, you know, like head. Um, so along with that, there's, you know, portrait lessons. It's, I go really hardcore on that stuff. So just let me know. Um, let me know. Let me see this. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm still like I was still like working on it. See, like even now I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, you're kind of really just I'm really just like enjoying just kind of doing this. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, and I'll talk to you next time. See you soon.